It's just, I guess, Aurora that we're looking at for more potential surprises. Because we're waiting for their mid lane as well as their potential EXP or gold. You're not sure where the Freya is going exactly just yet. But in terms of mid lane options that might just work out for them here,
I feel like they kind of need a gold laner because they're going up against a Yi Xin. Something like a Claude would be pretty good because Claude's one of those heroes that can dive. And a Rafaela gets picked up. So this is going to be Beleric in the EXP. So Freya in the gold.
Wow.
So what, did it go Kimmy just so that they have a long range damage dinner? This is new. And the Uranus Midnight. What are you?
It's a mid lane Rafaela. What?
Midnight, what are you cooking? Yeah, this is a mid Rafaela. Oh, this is.
Hey.
Oh.
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 Wow, wow, wee, wow,
Wow,
wee, wee.
wow, wee.
Why is this, at this point, something that we're not expecting from Midnight? Why is it catching us off guard so much?
We're not expecting from anyone. This is, I can see
it's Big Brain Midnight.
It's Mr. Big Brain Man.
Big Brain Man.
Maybe the utility healer type we were suggesting was something I expected more from Liquid rather than Aurora.
This is the kind of draft that kind of says we're playing for TNZ, right? All the heals, all the peels, everything goes to Aurora. So who knows, this Aurora might even go for a Sky Piercer, considering there's a lot of heal, there's a lot of crowd control, and now the Claw gets picked up by Team Liquid. So let me just say this, if Aurora somehow gets a very good early game, Team Liquid is gonna suffer for the fact that Claude needs farm, the Yi Xin needs farm, Esmeralda also kinda needs farm. So if Aurora has a good early game, Liquid might be in trouble.
Yeah, I'm also worried. It's a very annoying lineup to go up against if you are Liquid at this point. There are just ways to speed up. There's just the Wrath of Dryad that could just catch you and stop you in your tracks if you don't dive in. So timings are very crucial heading into this game.
Well, heading into our second series of the day, it's the defending MSC champions for MLBB, Team Liquid versus Aurora Gaming. Let's see if the sparks will fly as expected as we send it over to our casters here, Trex and Naisu.
Here we go. This is going to be an interesting one. Off the bat, off the rip, Trex after an amazing Series 1 to start off day 2 with MSC. Here we are with a draft that's out of left field. I don't even know if it's in the field, man. This is so far from what we're used to seeing with the hands of Coach Midnight and Aurora Gaming here. When was the last time you thought you'd see a Rafaela in the mid?
It's been a while. Maybe there was a sprinkle in M5? Maybe we saw a little bit of heal then, but I feel like, definitely saw some in M4 with all the utility jungle. Yeah. But outside of that, yeah, it's been a very, very, very long time. I have been wondering about this, if we're gonna start to see some classic, Ube in a sense.
Yes.
With such heavy assassin junglers coming back, sometimes that is the answer. Sustainability, steamroll, group up, and just power through. But the thing is, with something like Aurora, it's a little different than what you would classically see with that. Normally you see the utility jungler paired up with that.
This is a different flavor, I'd say, but leave it to a team like Aurora Gaming, from Turkey to go ahead and bring this kind of strategy to play. I think that's one of the big things. Even when you look at the emblems, the Rafaela looks to go ahead and obviously have a little bit more on that cooldown for the heal. Depending on the build, too, that Rosa's going to go, is what I'm interested in. What do you build here on that Rafaela to go in the mid lane, supplement this strategy that you're going with? And you have a lot of durability here. Some poking for Carl-Tz and Pagu.
Also, the Rafaela, you get the revive now? It's been a couple months since the revamp on that. It's no longer the big stun on that ult. You get to bring one of your teammates back to life, essentially. So even more sustainability in terms of how long you want to drag out a team fight. The target could literally be anyone on the team, honestly. Anyone on Aurora's side could benefit from that. You bring back the Uranus, you bring back the Beleric, you bring back Siggy Boomer TNZ. It could all be a good play.
Ooh. Good little flicker burn there. Battle spell down for Sanji off of that. First turtle's going to be up here to second, too. So both teams getting into movement for that turtle. One thing I would say, because of the nature of the compositions, expect long team fights, right? I think that's the biggest thing. You're used to seeing really high speed, high stakes team fights, but with these kind of compositions, both sides, and a revitalize for JP, hold on. Speaking of.
Nice dive into the mid, TNZ able to get the turtle. Carl-Tz on the run, look at the damage coming out from the side of Aurora. One more shot into Sanji, and Sanji finally falls his first blood over to Lunar. Lunar, but in the midst of that, Tianzi drops.
And there's a respawn, right? So that's what we're talking about. That revive is going to play a part, play a role throughout the game here. But yeah, objective secured by Aurora. They're going to go ahead and try to put some pressure on Carl TZ to get his buff, but he's going to go ahead and get that just fine. But as we saw from that last fight, that's what I wanted to point out. You know, JP's Revitalize in this sense is pivotal because he needs to extend the team fight for the team. You got to go ahead and deal with the heals that are coming out from that Rafaela pick for Rosa. But not only that, but being able to kind of weave in and out of the fights because of the Belric, being able to, you know, cast that Rapid Drive, lock down these members of TL, you could get stopped in your tracks, and that's not where you want to be here. So the timing on being able to extend team fights are crucial for TL.
All right, so Aurora, though, getting that first turtle. Even though they lose Tianzi, levels still very similar between Carl TZ and Tianzi. Sanford able to get that kill. Lunar able to get a kill for themselves. So both the XP laners benefiting from that last fight. But still, we're already seeing how Aurora can just kind of bully TL away in some of those big 5v5s. The only thing they're going to have to watch out for, I think at this point, is Sanford getting to that back line, something that he is so good at.
So the Esmeralda does really well. Good item pickup already here for Rosa. Flask of the Oasis locked in, helping with that sustainability that we're really talking about. It's a highlight of this lineup, and this was kind of thrown out there, right? With the theory, the kind of theory crafting out there about after this patch, you know, would we see these healing roams pop up? And I know it's, you know, this time it's in the hands of Rosa, but you could think about how dynamic a lineup can be now with the Rafaela, and even, for example, maybe a Matilda mid we see in the future. You know, Estes, of course, still being one of those heroes that comes into mind with this kind of concept, but second turtle is up. Let's see if this one will once again go over to Aurora. Carl TZ is going to make his way, but he might be here a little bit too late for this take.
Yeah, he's not going to go for it. He is going to back off. He takes a lot of damage from Lunar, gets a stun onto him. JP getting a little vision as well. Sanford not going to fully commit, but Aurora wants to take the fight. A big Mountain Shock onto multiple members, getting the stun. Aurora decides not to go for this orange buff. They are going to back off.
This is one of those things, Trex, where it's like, okay, Team Liquid knows the play here with this type of, you know, your claw needs to go ahead and build up. You got to get those items here. Good flicker burnt. They have to choose their fights really carefully, and that's one of the difficult things. You can play off the Eudora, that stun that you get packed in. Even the Fork Lightning is great, you know, good for poking, but you're essentially, to get a kill for Team Liquid isn't the main focus right now. They need to go ahead and just let them scale themselves up on this kind of lineup.
You know, if there's a team that can channel patience outside of Team Liquid or some other teams, Aurora is definitely one of them. They're not trying to force fights here. They're getting objectives. They're playing the map slowly. They're looking for the slow burn, the slow kill right now, and that is going to start to scale a little bit. You have the Freya. You have this heal, and the fact that it is a mid-lane Rafaela, not a roamer, that's going to actually start to benefit. She's going to benefit from some of those items and maybe even output a little bit of damage as this game goes on. Team Liquid does have some skill of their own. And I mean, this is probably one of the slowest games we've seen so far in groups.
I was going to say, very different from our previous matchup, but here we go.
Big AOG connects, does get the knock up, but Tianzi finds Sanji to the backside. Carl TZ not able to get away. Lunar gets the kill. JP gonna be next, chopped off, taken out, and Sanford falls as well. A double kill into the hands of Tianzi. Aurora take a huge lead 6 minutes in.
And that is the power of this lineup. You saw it right there, the amount of heals, the amount of movement speed. As we look at the replay here from STC, this pressure was around that purple buff. Pagu made his way around, but crashing in under the tier 1 turret and getting to lock down these members, but then just outlast Team Liquid. That's what the power play is for this kind of composition. This is why it ends up working out. And you can see the men behind it for this one. This concept is working for Aurora as they get now the third and last turtle of this game.
This is what I mean when I say we are just unpacking the meta.
Yeah.
The layers are still peeling off right now, and we still got a long way to go till we figure out exactly what is what. And Coach Midnight's showing it right now. We have the Rafaela, and it is working beautifully. Definitely we can't count TL out just yet, but the fact that Aurora is up 4K right now, 2 towers, TL has been unable to take anything. If they can keep this lead past the First Lord, that is unheard of.
Again, this was a big thing, you know, for a lot of people coming into this year's MSC here at EWC 26 was, you know, just where would the meta be? How would the current contenders for that championship and the defending champions themselves adapt to a meta that's quite different, right? Just from last year alone, just from a few months ago for a lot of people. And it's already showing here. Oh, no.
Oh, no escape from that one. Teddy will go down. Aurora looking for new targets now into the mid side. Carlteasy just wants to get his camps. But Aurora want more. They want to come for this tower wave, crashing down the mid, and look at the grab. A lot of damage on a TL. Into the backside, Aurora able to push Sanji away. It's Ziggy Boom. Locks on. JP falls as well. Aurora is relentless on this mid lane.
Aurora is relentless in this game, and they'll get another as Sanford is the next to fall.
I thought for sure they were done, but now they're under towers. TNG with a triple in the face of Team Liquid. In the face of a holy defense, they're jumping under towers.
Man, oh man, who would have thought this is what you'd see in an opening matchup here for Team Liquid, and now they're desperately trying to hold on to the mid tower.
And they're still under it. The heel is insane. Tower shots to the face. They're immortal right now.
Can they end it?
I think they can. Minions down the mid side. Down goes Sanford. They're gonna pile onto Carlteasy, and they're gonna pile onto this crystal. It's a wave still coming. They gotta wait for it. Death counters.
They gotta wait for the minions. They're gonna make their way slowly here as they put on a show for us. Team Liquid, can they defend it still?
JP and Sanji are up. AOG comes out. Wave of minions comes out as well. Aurora can't fully overcommit. A big stun coming in from Sanji, but they fall. JP, Sanji down for the count. Aurora Gaming don't want to waste any time. Sanford dives in with a falling star moon. It's another wave coming. Will Aurora stay here?
Okay, they bought some time. They cleared things out, but man, the stacks right now on TNZ are insane, and they're looking to end.
They're going to keep on going. They're not going to give it up. Finally able to lock onto the base. TNZ will help Aurora take game number 1.
Oh, this is a very scary draft coming in from Liquid. There's multiple win conditions here. It's going to be quite difficult for Aurora to handle this.
So we're waiting for a gold lane. Likely a gold lane.
Moskov or...
I like the Moskov.
I like the Moskov too. I feel like the Moskov is a safer pick.
Yeah.
Brody is, if you think you can somehow snowball out of control and just end the game before Liquid gets a chance to fight back, but...
What?
The barrage!
Another what?
Midnight.
Wow.
Beep, boom!
How we feeling, Brigitte?
Wow,
Confused.
Where is it going? Like, who is who? Okay, maybe a Barrett's Rome?
I feel like I need therapy after this.
Or XP? What? Who? Like,
Hey, you know what? Our job is done.
Done.
It's gold Paquito.
It's Go Paquito. We'll see how they're gonna push out later. But Barats, I've heard, is a good counter towards the artist. So maybe that's just a lane matchup kind of thing. Maybe.
Harley Jungle, Gold, Paquito, Aurora Gaming doing midnight things. My goodness, this series has not disappointed. Let's see if Game 2, Aurora Gaming can close it out and send our defending champions of MSC to the elimination side of the bracket. And for now, with the call, it's Naisu and Trex.
Here we go. Team Liquid Philippines needs this game, and they brought a draft to be able to do that, Trex. But again, it's Aurora Gaming with a little bit of flexibility. Another interesting draft from Coach Midnight as well. What do you think of this one? We saw Barrett's go XP lane in the hands of Kid Bomba yesterday.
We saw the fighter meta go into the hands of Team Spirit yesterday, and it worked well.
Yep.
I'm not counting it out at all for Aurora right now. I don't think this is extremely surprising. Yes, it's a little offsetting because we're not used to it, but we have seen it worked. And as I keep on saying, there are a lot of layers to the meta right now, Naisu.
I think a lot of people want to see, Carlteasy using the Ling. This hero alone has made waves already in the current meta, but now in the hands of someone as skilled and as prominent as Carlteasy. Let's see how he plays it. This is already some rough pressure, though.
Unar Flicker dashes in. A lot of damage on Carlteasy. He's left his lane just for the invade. Goes forced to use a flicker. A little bit of damage on Sanford. Sanford flickers as well. Everyone backs off.
You see how much is needed to go ahead and protect that early pressure in the jungle. even with the changes here. Now they're going for purple.
Look at the pressure. The stun lands. JP goes down. Pagu gets it. Aurora just not giving up.
They're not giving up, man. They're also going to take more. Take another camp here. TNZ is pretty relentless right now against KarlTzy, and this is one of the things you kind of expect to happen when you pick a hero like the Ling. We've seen it in the likes of even previously in our previous match where you go in the opposing Ling's jungle, you put pressure there, you take what you can, you slow him down. And so for Team Liquid, they have to go ahead and supplement that. They have to support KarlTzy. He's not really in shape to take this first turtle, but if somehow Team Liquid Philippines can secure it, that kind of stopped the bleeding a little bit here. But look at this, the lockdown again.
Another stun lands on a JP. JP is going to take a second death within 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Aurora Gaming with over 1,000 gold lead, and they haven't even taken the first turtle yet.
Trex, this is what we're seeing here is just the amount of front line that this lineup has that is just helping TNZ with all the space. They continue on.
The grab and nab, the pull back. Sanford gonna try to vengeance through. Re-engages. JP unable to do anything, but Sanford still falls. Maybe staying a little too long.
Yeah, maybe he should have just disengaged there. I'm not sure if what the move was there, but still it's Aurora building up on that lead, continuing to put pressure on all sides of the map. And this whole time, again, Sigiboom has just been able to go ahead and farm up on this gold lane. Paquito, you know he's gonna hurt when he starts showing up to these fights. And so far, when that next turtle comes up, it's gonna be really dangerous here. They continue to try to delay KarlTzy. He needs these buffs. He needs to be able to go ahead and catch up. He's 2 levels down right now against TNZ.
Sanford once again taking a lot of damage. Deadly Magic unable to get the finish. But Aurora everywhere right now, and the Bratz is looking clean. It's bulky. Lunar continues to land those stuns.
Yeah.
Continues to get those pushbacks.
Again, this is just really a smart drafting, but then just excellent execution right now from Aurora Gaming. From game 1 now to game 2, they have stopped the Stampede in its tracks, essentially. Now for Team Liquid, if they want to get back into this game, they need to start making some plays happen here. But the question is, Trex, where do you do that when your jungle's this far behind? You know, you have a Zetian who essentially is able to go ahead and give you some vision, get that little minor stun in. But if you're choosing these fights that you can't win, it's going to further delay you. So I think, again, they find themselves in this situation of game 1 where it's like, do we wait a little bit here? Do we try to scale up into this game?
Lunar is going to go back to base here. And I think, yeah, Team Liquid at this point, they kind of have to. You got to look for Teddy to get some gold. Luckily, he hasn't gone down. KarlTzy as well hasn't taken a death. He's lost a purple buff early on in the game. It's why they didn't try to contest on that last turtle. They know that they're a bit behind right now. Not even just a bit, it's almost 3K gold. Will they even try to fight for turtle number 2, honestly?
With that retribution, doesn't look like that's going to be the case. So this turtle will go in the hands of Aurora. Right now, it seems like the call is, yeah, just wait. But hold on, Teddy could be in trouble. Luckily, JP is here to keep him secure. Turtle's locked in, though. It's secured. Where's Pagu going to go? This is the best thing that Karl can do, though. Push that bottom side, get some extra gold, but there's a fight.
Not just a fight, a big fight. A nice Wrath of Dryad onto 3 members of Aurora. Sanji able to get the kill, but look at the fatal links. And look at the damage. Sanford trying to vengeance through, able to find one. Another. Sanford picking it up, but will eventually drop a double kill before taken out by Sigiboom. Well, this is happening, though. KarlTzy taking a purple buff of his own. They're trying to even the playing field.
Hey, Trex, as bad as things were, at least it wasn't worse here. That was a great Fatal Link setup. As we look at, well, we got a chance to look at the replay here. Look at the Fatal Links after that setup. This could have been way worse, but again, some maneuvering here, some finesse from TL keeps them from getting decimated here under that tier 2 turret. And it also, mind you, allows KarlTzy once again to get what he can, takes a buff, because he's got to play the catch-up game here. They need to be able to get just ready for that first Lord once it comes up. I wouldn't be surprised if we see them give up the next turtle too. Just again, give that call, do what they can, because they're losing real estate as well on the map, as now some of the tier 1s are falling.
Yeah, and they have to start looking for some pressure on the map. I will say this, You can't count Team Liquid out until after the first Lord, at least in my book. As long as this gold lead stays around 2.5 to 3K, TL will always have a hand to fight with. I'm still waiting for that big moment for Carl TZ to pop off, though. He's been farming. He's able to come back a little bit. He steals a purple buff. Look at the damage. Does come down onto Lunar. Lunar's able to use the flicker. Tempest of Blades falls as well. And everyone pulled back in. The damage on Aurora is insane. But Evado Links in response. Still not enough as Teddy locks onto Pagu, chasing him down, but there's no escape today. A double kill into the hands of Sanford.
Leave it up to Sanford to make that play. What a final slash he was able to use to set things up, but it's still Aurora. They take down a tier 2 turret. They're finally going to lose the turret in the mid lane, but Aurora now needs to be a little more calculated. They put themselves in that position. They know an Arlot's there, so they got to watch out for that. And so little by little, TL has brought themselves into a position now where maybe they can actually get a turtle, unless still it's that call of give them this one. Let's just get ready for that Lord. JP is going to give that information. Sanji's here as well. They don't want to get caught out here. Carl TZ's not even a part of this, though, as he wants to push down bot.
Another turtle in the hands of Aurora as Carl TZ looks for more map control. Team Liquid have dropped that gold deficit down. It's only a 700 gold lead over the hands of Aurora. Sigiboom on the hunt for Carl TZ. Carl TZ will be able to get away. On the mid side, Aurora want to reclaim this mid tier 3. Even out the lane field. A nice Fatal Links does not connect. Purifies do pop though. Look at the damage onto Lunar. Teddy goes down with Sigiboom over to the backside. He finds 2.
The
Sanford locking on though. TNZ falls. Double kill for 40. Maybe a triple over to the hands of Sigiboom. Unofficial, but still able to possibly get that final hit. It is a brawl. It is a bloodbath. Aurora and TL. Who would have thought it'd go like this?
Oh, Sanford. Okay, there's not much more I don't think he can do here. Just trying to clear this wave out, but he might take a couple too many hits. Sanford shut down.
A beautiful shutdown into the hands of Sigiboom. The guy is a monster right now. 5-0-2.
Oh man, look at this. Here's the replay brought to us by SDC. Look at Sigiboom.
Yeah, comes
he
from the back.
joins this fight from the back, and everybody just lined up there right on target. Again, the bleeding was staunched a little bit because of Sanford's play here. But it's just that case of we're playing from behind. If you're Team Liquid Philippines, you have to be able to make these happen. And now Carl TZ gets taken down. So not the best timing here for TL to lose their jungler.
I gotta say, Sanford's had some great plays, but there's also been a few times where maybe he stayed a little too long, used a few too many vengeances. Look at Pagu here, hanging out in the bush. He's gonna finally show himself and back off. But they gotta watch out for those angles because Aurora's been so good at attacking from all sides. They're finally gonna be able to take this tier 3 as Pagu zones away Teddy. The tower drops. JP will drop as well. The Deadly Magic should be able to finish it, but no, he gets the health back. Teddy with a blazing duet as Sanford jumps into the backside. Aurora kind of in shambles here. Carl TZ shows up as well. Tempest of Blades comes down. He takes out Sanji. Carl TZ still unable to get a kill though. One more hit. He's terrified. A double kill into the hands of Rosa. Aurora has their number.
Great team fighting from Aurora Gaming there. They knew the plan and they stuck with it. Again, this final slash was great, but also the Blazing Duet wasn't able to get the efficiency it was looking for there from Teddy. TNZ with the fancy moves here to try to stay alive through this all, and he does. Just, again, the fighting that we're seeing from Aurora Gaming has been refined from the last time we saw them play here. And my goodness, they're making it look good.
Aurora's making it look so good, saving the Terrified. All of those little micros. And the thing is, it's not just the small fights that they're winning, they're also winning on map placement. They have the whole package right now.
Trex, this is insane. Look at across the board how much of a lead they have, but especially Sigiboom. You mentioned it, 7-0-4. He's up nearly 3,000 gold against Teddy. And that is not where you want to be. I mean, again, we talked about Paquito in the gold lane. These fighters being brought back into the gold lane when all we've seen for a long time was the Quads, the Moscows, the Harris. Well, this, once again, changes things, the dynamic of the meta. And you see it in the hands of Sigiboom like this. I mean, where do you start if you're TL? Who do you focus on here? And I think that's the biggest thing. That's why it feels like the Aurora Avalanche, man. It's coming right at them.
The force of nature itself at your front door. Tower will drop. There's no holy defense to bring down this Lord. Aurora Gaming not going to force it, though. They're going to move on to the mid-tier 2. Should be able to take it.
All right. Turrets take a little bit of damage here. The tier 2s will fall. Holy defense shields being held on, but that bottom one is the only one to stay. Conceal's going to be used. Where's Pagu going here? They want this base turret. Oh,
It's more just a zone, but they're still able to get it. JP going to move on. Fatal Links does connect. It's more of just kind of a stall there as the rest of the team backs off. Still no inhibitors down. TL hold the defense.
All right, you have to start looking at where this could turn over on its head. 6,000 right now for Aurora Gaming. That is a big lead to hold against a team like Team Liquid Philippines. Again, they did it in game 1. They're doing it here in game 2. And it's still looking the same. Again, where do you start if you're Team Liquid? Well, that Lord coming up in about a minute might be something, but do you take that risk? Do you take that gamble to go and just try to make that steal? You know, what we've seen before in the hands of Lings, where you can go in and get that miracle play, that miracle retribution.
I think with the fact that they do have all of their inhibitors still standing, TL could maybe let this Lord slide. They do have some decent ability to defend in a siege. They have the big ult from Sanji. They can get the stuns. They have a Blazing Duet. They have Shred. They can play well in the pocket of their base. It's a hard base to crack. Not only on top of that, you have the Wrath of the Dryad, you have the Final Slash. They have a lot of defense measures.
Trex, this is how far behind Teddy is currently. The Corrosive Scythe was just picked up. Usually you see that Trinity locked in. I believe he's got the Trinity now if we can take a look at the items, but you know, 12 minutes in, yeah, he just locked it. That's about 3 minutes behind right now. So that's the big kind of thorn in the rose right now of Team Liquid. You know, how do you deal with that? Now he's online, but even if he comes through, does he have a defensive item to withstand what Aurora Gaming is throwing at him? Yes, you mentioned the Rapid Dryad, that's a big thing, but maybe you give up the Lord, you go for one more defense, you have a great high ground defense that you can play around with if you have to, but Daytona's welcome's used up here.
Denno's welcome, does lock on along with way to the boss side. Look at the damage on a Teddy. Siggy Boom is just unstoppable. The target is locked and he never misses.
Just gonna make it worse right now as 2 fall for Team Liquid. Aurora Gaming will go ahead and get themselves this Lord and get ready to approach the base of Team Liquid again. Again, this has been a really rough one for Teddy, the gold laner of TL, but just the team as a whole, because again, your firepower, once it's taken out, it's mainly into that quad. Carl Teasy might be able to help too, but he was also delayed, so just as a whole, across the board, Team Liquid has been playing with their backs against the wall. So Carl Teasy will cut the waves for where he can, delay this Lord push, and wait for the rest of the team to be up here.
And Siggy Boom's trying to lock on. Will he get there? Yes. Tempest Blades drops. This move out for Carl Teasy. A lot of damage comes in, but there's no escape. TNZ gets the final hit. Carl Teasy caught too deep in enemy territory.
I've never seen a boxer punch the sky like that. My goodness, Siggy Boom. He picks up an immortality, 9-0-5. And now here we go. Lord making its way up top. Gonna charge into that base turret and take it down. 20 seconds still for Carl Teasy to be up here, and now Aurora Gaming with a 10,000 gold lead will look to end this series in a sweep.
Aurora Gaming looking to end this. A big Fatal Links does lock on to Sanford, a Blazing Duet to do everything they can to defend, but Aurora Gaming have locked on the base, and the Stampede has been stopped. What can they do against this force of nature? The upset of the day happens. The champions go down, and Aurora Gaming take it 2-0.